Good morning, everyone. Since last Friday, the Young People's MAUM retreat at the One Dharma Center filled this Ilwan hall with beautiful, serene, and bright energy. Can you feel that? Youth is beautiful as it is, but it is also a time of deep contemplation about one's identity and direction in their lives. As one of the young people, I've been going through many struggles and challenges of my life too. I have learned how to deal with them by walking on the path of the awakening to the truth. One of the core values of Won Buddhism is mind practice. How perceived and manage our mind determines the course of our lives. To all young people gathered here, seeking answers of life in the rapidly changing world while striving to stay grounded, I offer these words from Venerable Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, as a gift. Quote, 3 days of maintaining the mind becomes a treasure worth 1,000 years, whereas 100 years of pursuing material wealth becomes a mere dust overnight. Do you feel that training the mind you have done over the past 3 days is more valuable than the treasure? We used to call this retreat as a young people's retreat since 2013. But this year, you may notice that we put the MAUM to emphasize the importance of mind practice. The word MAUM is commonly translated into the English as mind. But in Korean, MAUM encompasses not only rational thinking, but also emotions, spirit, and consciousness. This is why we preserve the Korean words MAUM and formulate the acronym from mindful awareness to understand myself. Isn't it cool? MAUM. During the morning meditation practice, we contemplate on this koan, on the question, all things are created by the mind. What does this mean? All things are created by the mind. What does this mean? Let's see how it works. The mind has no physical form, yet it is the force that moves all things in the universe. Venerable Chongsan, the second head Dharma master of Won Buddhism, once said, that which governs what has form is the formless force, formless power. This microphone, is it proper location? And this paper and the cushions you are sitting on, even this beautiful meditation Dharma hall, all of this came into existence because someone first conceived them in their mind. From thought to design to physical reality, everything originated from the formless power of the mind. But this power goes beyond creating such things. The grains in my bag, in the back, the grains of the sand in the incense burner, the trees and Catskill Mountain outside the window, the earth spinning on its axis, and universe unfolding. These two arise from the invisible force. And just like everything else in existence, you too were created by this formless power. To represent this unseen yet ever-present force, we use the symbol of this Il-Won-Sang, this one circle, the origin of all things in the universe, including your true nature. So, during the retreat, have you discovered your mind like this Il-Won-Sang? When studying the mind, we must recognize its two aspects. They are not separate, but two sides of the same truth, like the two sides of the coin. As we chant in the Il-Won-Sang vow earlier, one is viewed as permanent, and the other one is viewed as impermanence. The impermanent and changing mind consists of thoughts, emotions, and sensory perceptions that are constantly shifting and moving. While the permanent, unchanging mind is the awareness, like the background that observe all these changes. Understanding both aspects of the mind will provide profound insight to understand yourself. Let us explore the first aspect, the impermanent mind, changing mind. As I just told, the changing mind consists of thoughts, emotions, and sensory perceptions that arise and disappear moment by moment. It is not difficult to allow those thoughts and emotions to come and go as they naturally do. We are quite good at this, right? Most of the countless thoughts that arise in the day simply pass by without issue. However, among these fleeting mental activities, some thoughts and emotions repeat frequently, forming habitual patterns. Over time, these habits become so ingrained that they feel permanent, leading us to believe that they define our identity. As these habits solidify, they gain strength, eventually controlling our thoughts and actions. The hot button and trigger point that we may have identified during this retreat are the examples of such habitual mind patterns. Whether or not you consciously remember them, past emotional wounds can resurface in similar situations, forming reactive patterns. If we fail to recognize these patterns in the moment, the autopilot reaction drives you to the unconsciously reinforce them, making them stronger over time. However, if we become aware of these habitual reactions at the moment they arise, we can allow them to flow instead of holding on them. Impermanent thoughts and emotions should be allowed to flow naturally. If we let them be, they will not negatively impact our lives. But suffering begins when we try to grasp or reject this fleeting state instead of simply observing them. If you sincerely observe the present moment, you will gain insight into your habits, tendencies, likes and dislikes, and what triggers your strongest reaction. This awareness, this self-awareness is an essential starting point for mind practice. The accumulation of your past experiences, knowledges, and habits have formed who you are today. And the decision you make now will shape your future as well. This principle of change follows the law of cause and effect, where every result becomes a new cause in the ongoing cycle. Last year, at the Young People's Retreat about years ago, and I shared a story about removing white onions from our temple lawn. Do you remember? Because we uprooted most of the them. This year, only a few remains. Fortunately, yeah. Likewise, our habits and emotional patterns can change. During the retreat, we have learned how to change our mind and how to change our habits and emotional patterns with useful tools, which is checking mindfulness items and writing the mind journal. This will help you to change your mind according to this impermanent aspect of the truth. Why do we practice? Because we trust the truth of the impermanence. If change were not possible, practice would be meaningless. Realizing impermanence reminds us that every choice matters, and that we hold the power to shape our lives. But is the mind only changing? Your mind is always changing? No, there is permanent aspect of the mind. What within your mind never changes. In the material world, the diamond is considered the most durable metal, which is why the diamond ring symbolizes eternal love, right? Is there something within our mind that is permanent as the diamond? No matter how gorgeous your thoughts and fantastic emotions are, those eventually change. The unchanging mind is not something that we can grasp intelligently or perceive through the senses. Long ago, a seeker asked the Korean Zen master Chinul how to realize the unchanging mind, the true nature. The master Chinul replied, "It is simply your own mind. Why seek another method? If you try to find it through method, it is like a person who does not see one's own eyes and think that the person has lost them. As long as you do not lose sight of your mind, then itself is the seeing it. The unchanging mind is not an object to be known. It is the awareness itself. It is a silent witness to all mental activities and the background against which is all the thoughts and emotions arising and ceasing. This awareness has never existed apart from you, even for a single moment. When you are hungry, you are aware of you are simply hungry. When in pain, and you are aware of that pain. When joyful, you feel joyful. When sad, you feel sad. This awareness always recognizing that arising and passing all of your mind, perfectly attuned to every moment, 24/7. Even when you are in deep sleep without dreams, it does not disappear. That's why if someone's wake you up, you respond to it. The awareness is like the empty space. It cannot be seen, cannot be touched, and cannot be grasped. Yet it is always here, witnessing everything. Regardless of whether one recognizes this unchanging mind, we all live by using this mind. However, the one who has realized this truth, sees the world is undeniably different from one who has not. Now, we can barely see the Catskill Mountain today over the window. Has anyone here climbed up the Catskill Mountain? Wow, a lot. I have not yet. From the base, the view is limited, but when you reach to the summit, the entire landscape becomes clear. Similarly, when you realize the unchanging mind, you see your thoughts and emotions from a higher perspective. When you are grounded on the unchanging mind, you can use your changing mind freely without being controlled by it. You will experience true freedom and true liberation. Even amidst the shifting emotions, you remain anchored in awareness, enjoying deep peace. What treasure could be greater than this? No diamond compares. Through this retreat, you have come to understand yourself more deeply. You have practiced recognizing of fleeting emotions and glimpsed the unchanging source of your mind. All the teachings and method that you learn from this retreat will be the great treasure to understand yourself better in your everyday life. Why are these 3 days mind study worth 1,000 years of treasure? Because you have planted the seed of transformation in your life. The small choices you make today will shape your future. Do not stop your mind practice, and this is just the beginning. I hope to see you next year again. Thank you.